Welcome to our bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since we analyzed Muranga, and I want us to go straight to Muranga. I think 2 days ago, I received a message from two people from the same family in Muranga who are telling me that, Kevin, there is this bit of a new strategy that the Kenya Kwanza team are using to campaign for deputy president in Mombasa, in Muranga, alongside Irungu Kangata. And while I received that information, the gentleman was telling me that you receive a message, you receive a call, and there seems to be a call center somewhere where they call you, and after calling, they ask you which candidate you want to go for, you want to support. So, especially when you receive the call first, the guy was telling me that it was like an opinion poll that is aided through phone, but they will introduce themselves that we are from this XYZ. And after that, that is the first question on who candidate you're supporting. But then at that moment, you might give an option between Raila and Ruto. And then the next one will cover Irungu Kangata and Kembi Gitura. Or not Kembi Gitura, and Jamlek Kamau. But at the end of that interview, or rather at the end of that call, you'll be told to support Deputy President William Ruto and Irungu Kangata. And the gentleman was telling me that, because I wanted to ask what exactly is in it, some of the questions or some of the things they tell you, is they will try to move to tell you that Deputy President is ahead of the rest and Irungu Kangata is ahead of the rest. But again, the other messaging is on the state of affairs, on how things are not working out, or rather the soaring prices of goods. And so I captured it, and it was a bit of an interest. For me, I saw it as more of an opinion poll. But then today, there was another one who also spoke about a call with different specifics, but they point out to a campaign messaging. So someone from Muranga can help us. Is it the new way? Is it the new strategy? And have you received such a call? This will be a very interesting development in the political scene. And I want to say that I think this election, Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta should not underestimate the craftiness of Deputy President. If there is something you're going to do, is to underestimate Deputy President. And I remember today, William Ruto's campaign command center was launched in Westlands. And it is during that launch, it was actually launched by Josephat Nanok, but we're told that center has been in operation for since March. And remember, during that, if you followed that session, when journalists were asked who wants to go and just have a look and maybe walk through that command center, what is there, they said no. And it seems everyone was comfortable that they did not bother to go and watch and maybe find out what is going on there. But again, you'll understand them, because that press briefing was used to bash the media. They were bashing the media on how the media is skewed and how Kenya Kwanza is not getting coverage. So I think majority of the people there felt antagonized. But from where I am, I understand that command center that was launched is their parallel tallying center, something like that. But then it points out to the new base where perhaps this call center might be placed. And probably this will be something that can put together. But then I wanted to find out who exactly is being asked. What is the demographic? What is the parameter of gauging who to be asked these questions? Because I understand it is more of registered voters, or other people who are already eligible voters there. There are different ways of getting data sets, and sometimes even if you want data of people who are staying in place X, people who do bulk SMSs can always tell you how they navigate and get this data. However, to my interest is on how they are really reaching out to people through their numbers. Because if I'm not wrong, I don't think 2017 and 2017, perhaps 2017 and 2013, the registration captured the people's numbers. Even in 2022, you can challenge me whether part of the data that people are collecting could be their numbers. But I remember that the census captured people's, when they were capturing people's biometrics, they captured people's phone numbers. So that's a possibility. And of course, it's not magical science to get someone's number in this country. Irungu Kangata is facing stiff competition in Murang'a through from the ODF, from the Jubilee candidate. But I wanted us to look at this because this could be the next change, the next phase of strategy to the Mount Kenya. I think everyone is in agreement that Deputy President was demanding, or rather required, 80% from Mount Kenya to make sure that he can mount a successful presidential bid against Raila Odinga. And it will be bad news if people make it clear that Raila Odinga is at 30 to 35%. You look at that. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. When you like our video, you promote this channel. And also want to say thank you for people who share in Facebook, share in Twitter, and you can tag me. My Twitter handle is at Kevin_Oduor. You can tag me there, and of course I'm also going to retweet. Now, what do you think is this strategy? For me, I think it's a new strategy to solve the Mount Kenya equation. Mount Kenya equation is being destroyed by many factors. The divisions within Kenya Kwanza at Mount Kenya are imminent. Regarding Gachagua rebuff after the rise of Martha Karua is a challenge. And of course, this is something that has to be addressed. I want to say that if this will be, and I want to approach it as not a strategy but a messaging approach. This will be the new messaging approach, but it is targeting voters in Mount Kenya because there is a bit of fatigue that is sinking in. There is fatigue, and that fatigue is most likely going to affect turnout. And let me tell you people, if Mount Kenya are not going to turn out 80% for this election, whatever stake, even if they turn out 80%, if they are going to turn out 65 or 70% and give William Ruto 90% or Wamjazia Debe, that turnout is still going to be a worrying one. So I think they've realized fatigue is sinking, and as we said, you will always hear this conversation of let this election come and go. People are tired, and there is a bit of that. Now, the reason why they are facing that, they're using that messaging, I think they want to take charge, they want to take advantage of the difficult situation there. There have been the issue of the prices of goods, even though this is not an exclusively Mount Kenya problem, because the whole country. But again, you'll use it, and it will really sink according to maybe the framers of this messaging, or rather of this strategy, is that they would mostly sell this to Mount Kenya because President Uhuru Kenyatta is from there. And of course, it has been said that all the problems at the top of the mountain, since independence, they have been put in the head of President Uhuru Kenyatta. You will also realize that there is a lot of grassroots mobilization from the presidential administration. Today, Kanata Kibicho was in Nyeri, meeting the chiefs and the assistant chiefs and the county commissioners. And of course, you can join the lands because today was in Nyeri and yesterday he was with President Uhuru Kenyatta. I think they were in Samburu or somewhere presiding over some military event. So you can see that there is a lot of mobilization at grassroots. President Uhuru Kenyatta successfully, if you ask me, I think he has managed to control the situation. The problem, rather the big question, was whether the president is going to control. Maybe he has not kicked out William Ruto from Mount Kenya, but he has managed to control the voices of dissent through engagement with the church. You remember his strong relationship with Akorinyo Akurino, and some members of that of clergy from that area. And also, he has planted now his people on ground. The reason why President Uhuru Kenyatta had not gone to Central is because they were told that there were many projects that had stalled there. So I think there was a bit of an acceleration scheme, and that acceleration scheme will then see things happening on ground. So these are some of the things that could be worrying the Deputy President team, and then they will then change to direct personification of wording, of messaging. Now, the hostile opinion polls is this, what is causing all this. And I think it is a counter plan to the hostile opinion polls. The opinion polls are hostile, not only for Deputy President, the ballot, they're hostile for, if you go and do an opinion poll on Rigathi Gachagua, Martha Karua. Initially, Rigathi Gachagua was running a show. Today, you will see people maybe 60% saying Rigathi, 40% saying Martha Karua, in some areas 50 Martha, 50 Rigathi. Those are hostile opinion polls. Even for the governor, the Senate, and the other MP candidates, things are not very good. I listened to yesterday, I think Alice Wahome was campaigning when she was issuing some bursary funds. And by the way, talking about that, the Women League had, I think, activities of the Women League that was being coordinated by Alice Wahome drastically has collapsed. I don't know why. I'm not seeing the activities. So you can see that those hostile opinion polls, they're targeting people. So what they are doing, they are going to, maybe the framers of this strategy are going to pose first as opinion pollers, as pollsters. Then after that, they use it to do messaging. Probably this could still be a partnership between the presidential secretariat and maybe a pollsters team or a call center somewhere to do that. So people need to be on the lookout and find out, because again, this is not against the law. This is a campaign strategy, and there is nothing wrong if they do this. Poor messaging from Mount Kenya medias. The media station in Mount Kenya, of course, I want to say that there is a thin line between being objective and being ethical. You want to be objective, you want to cover. It is ethical to be balanced. Being balanced is a bit of an ethics thing. So being balanced is cover Martha Karua, cover Rigathi Gachagua, cover William Ruto, cover Raila Odinga. That is the ethical aspect. But to be objective, you must give people something that is also decent. And what has affected Rigathi Gachagua's coverage there is, I think, what I can say, those unnecessary attacks to President Uhuru Kenyatta. I want to call them unnecessary because, honestly, there is no way that a media house in Mount Kenya, or even a media house, would give you airtime if 80% of what we're saying are just Williams or Kitendawili. And by then, look out, whether in the rallies, in the clips, in the mainstream, in the media, you will listen to those Mzee Kitendawili clips will get their way there. They won't get their way there. So I think the imageries that the Rigathi Gachagua is using is affecting his media coverage there. They're getting worried that media is now sinking in Mount Kenya and they're not getting that support. So what they opted to is this technical way of doing alternative messaging. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. I want to listen from people from Mount Kenya. Maybe if you've interacted with this.